my take about the woman on the plane that saw something didn't nobody else see. What's going on, everybody? Just want to respond back real quick. And then somebody asked me, JT, would you have got off that plane? Very great question. Now I'm gonna say this from looking at what happened. Now, I don't know how true everything is because some people said they saw her drinking before she got on the plane, which you have to. I mean, you can't overlook that because if a person is drinking and they get drunk or tipsy or whatever, uh, especially if they getting almost drunk, where they're tipsy going away and getting into drunkenness. But from looking at that video, she really didn't look drunk. But would I have got off that plane? My spiritual discernment would have told me what to do or what not to do. Now, she could have saw something, or like a lot of people saying she was just plain crazy, because you really don't know people and what they're going through nowadays, or whether it's drinking or what kind of drugs they taking, or whatever the situation is. But she would have gotten my attention because really, it's only a few people in this world that believes in cloning. Um, a lot of people use the term shapeshifter, gang stalking. That's why we always talk about how you watch the eyes, of course. But when they turned around, they really just didn't see nobody there. But she probably could have saw something. But even in the spiritual realm, being a believer, a lot of people call us crazy for what we believe in. Because let me tell you something: the Bible say even Satan disguises himself as a what? A angel of light. And shapeshifters, they change the different forms. You know, if you ever study them, or if you ever seen somebody, and one thing I noticed that they do, if they catch you looking at them, boy, they don't really want to take their eyes off you no more. And it's just, I don't know what it is, man. It's just something about the eyes. But what they'll do is shift into that person that they're mimicking. And here's the crazy thing: if you want to believe this or not, they can pretty much get their DNA, their fingerprints, and really mimic that person. This is why I always talk about don't contact the dead. They'll transform from an animal to a human, or it could be they can transfer from a human to an animal. You look it up in the mythology, it's like they like some type of god or goddess is, and they always transforming. So people use the term aliens also, but I always say this: the Watchers. See, the Bible never said all of them were chained down. But if I was on that plane, I wouldn't have said she was crazy, because I understand the way this. You know what I'm talking about? I understand what we living in. Everybody's not human. And I've been saying on her for years. So she would have got my attention before I was getting off the plane. It would have been some spiritual discernment that would have kicked in, like, "Hey, get off this plane." And she made a lot of people mad because what they had to delay it for what 3 more hours. They was stuck. A lot of people was pissed off. But I'm telling you what we living in. So maybe she saw something. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. Y'all give me y'all feedback on this. I know this video. I saw it. It went viral. And it's got a lot of people's attention because it reminds you of something like on Final Destination. And remember, I always say, man, they don't make these movies for nothing. So, man, she could have saw something. I was just telling my wife last night what I saw a while back. I don't think nobody would have believed me if I told them. And I told her how when I was coming back from the food bank one night, I was talking to my man, Coach Gibson. We got through delivering the food, and it was about 10 o'clock that night. And as we was outside talking, man, something shot up in that sky. I can't even explain to you what it was. It shot up in the sky so high and so fast from the ground, and we never saw it again. And if I tell people that story, a lot of people say, "Man, boy, you better quit watching movies, though." It wasn't an airplane. It wasn't a helicopter. I am all the way sure on that. Somebody gonna understand what I'm saying because you got to understand what we living in, man. But it shot up in the sky so hard, faster than a rocket. I mean, it wasn't a shooting star, a falling star, whatever you call it. It was very bright, and then it just disappeared. And me and my partner, we looked at each other. We didn't have no words. We couldn't even say nothing. And I just said, "Man, let's get up out of here." He went home and I went home. And so I'm saying it to say, even with believers, man, who are studying, we see some things going on out here. We see how everybody ain't human. We watch the eyes of a lot of people. We watch their behavior, their movements, and one thing we know that everybody ain't human. See, a lot of things with this technology, man, is being created. You got to watch out for what you see, man. If he said it was going to be just like the days of Noah, this is the key right here with the Bible, not close. If, let me take that word if out the way. We live in the days of Noah. So go back to Noah's day. Everybody was not human. So what you see is not all the time what you see. I leave you on that. Shalom.